Hey, this is Ron Doyle here again this week for your Wednesday release of Double Clicks Live looking at Google accounts. Today I've got a follow-up question from Bob that I received last week. And also, hey, if y'all want me to announce your names, your full names like Bob Smith, probably a few of those around, but let me know in the email if I'm allowed to use your name. If you say okay, I will. If not, I'll just use your first name. But anyway, Bob sent me an email this week asking me, hey, Ron, you told us about I'm thinking Excel, about Google Docs and Google Excel and Google presentations. Can you use those with Microsoft documents if somebody sends them to you and you don't have Microsoft? Yes, there's a couple of things you can do, and that's what we're going to begin looking at today. Okay, so first we're in here, logged in. I'm just on the Google Start page. No big deal there. I'm going to go click over here on my little menu for the Google apps. Click, and I'm going to open my drive. Now, the first question, like I said, was, can I open up documents that are not made by Google? And yes, you can. There's a couple of good ways to do it. You can go to my drive. You can just open a file by clicking and dragging a file into it. You can just find your Excel file and bring it into Google Drive. You can save it on the drive, and that's what I'll show you first. It's pretty easy. There are other ways to do it. Time for a sip of Diet Coke. Coke Zero. I don't get paid to do their ads, but I do them for free. I like Coke Zero. But anyway, I'm going to open up this file. And it is a document I have for this class, Google 13, and it's called Sample XLS. It was created in Excel, and I'm going to go ahead and drag it in here and drop it right in my Google Drive folder, and it pops it right in here in the main area. Remember, we looked last week, I can click and drag them into other folders, so it's now in my Google Class folder. And if you notice, it's right here. It was called Sample XLS. So I can kill that. You could see 2 down there because I'd opened it earlier checking just to make sure that this file was creditable. I grabbed it out of one of my documents that I use for training in Excel because I do teach people how to use Microsoft Excel. And if you're an Excel person, get hold of me. I would love to do one for a class full of people if there's that much interest. And I guarantee you're going to learn at least 5 things, maybe 10. So anyway, I'm going to open up the sample document by double-clicking it. Now that doesn't actually open it. If you notice it, I can just scroll through here and kind of view it. But up at the top it asks me, do I want to open it with Google Sheets or Google Sheets, Lumen PDF, More Apps, Zoho Sheets. I use both of these for experimenting for different things, but you won't find them unless you load them on your computer, I don't believe. But I'm going to open it with Google Sheets and just click right here. So this is a full-fledged Excel document. I will warn you, not everything will come across. Excel has some things that work better and more intricately than Google Docs, but I'll almost guarantee you for 92%, by the way, all percentages and statistics are made up on the spot. So there's a huge amount of people that could do everything in Google Docs. They don't need Excel. So you can get a tour here about editing, whatever you want. You can also open up Word docs in here and all that kind of thing. So I'm just going to do a little trick here and make them all wide enough. You know, Excel will do this too. If you click this button in the upper left corner that's called Select All, it selects your entire spreadsheet, and then you can double click on one divider between the column headers, and it will make everything fit in the cells underneath it, so that they have the widest one in here, so everything will fit here. You can also go up, of course, and click individually on each one and widen them. So that's standard stuff. Excel capable, does the same thing, so does this. We talked about a few things last week. So here we go with our list. Now, I'm not going to show you a whole lot about it. You can sort and do things like that. You can go up here and filter. I can create a new filter view, same as Excel. What it does is you can click here and say, I only want to see the people from engineering. So I can clear all of them and just click engineering. And then click OK, and there they are. There's the engineering people. I could go in here and say, now I've filtered engineering. I want to see everybody with a start date of, I'll clear it, filter by condition, and I can say date is after, and I don't know what the dates are. Let's say, not today, but exact date, I don't know. We'll say 8/1/2000. And hit OK. Let's hope there's some here. There aren't any. I'll clear that and select all and bring them back. Let's look for one. Here's the people that they've got, so I could say after 2004. That'll filter out a few of them. I'll say after 2005. That'll filter out a few. So just to show you, I go in here and I can say date is after 1/1/2005. Click filter, and you can see it drop down there. All these are after 2005. So these are filtering options you can do just like in Excel. Remember, all of your data is saved once you click off of it pretty quickly. In Excel, you'd have to go up to File, Save, and then do it. So keep that in mind. That's a good thing to know, to remember. And I'll just keep it like this if I want, or I could remove all filtering. I could say none, and it brings everything back. I can sort, I can add, I can calculate, do whatever I need to. So I can go in and just do whatever I want to there. Simple as that. It's an Excel spreadsheet. Take care of it. I can change the title here, and I could say test from sheet 1 if I want to. Click off of it. I can click down on the arrow. I can change colors just like Excel. So I can just get in here and work it like Excel. You can test it out, see what you can and can't do. It's limited more than Excel, but again, everybody can use it, I think, successfully for what you use Excel for, unless you have some really complicated, convoluted kind of things. And remember, I showed you last week you can freeze a column here, so I can say down and go under here and say, oh, it's still under department. I can see what they do. So anyway, simple as that. Now, here comes the next question. So my buddy gave me this as an Excel file. I don't have Excel, so I used it in Google Docs. So how can I send it back to him as an Excel file? Do I have to buy Excel? No. Watch this. You can go right here to File, and if you leave it, you've got it here. And I think Excel might even open these up as a Google Doc. I'll have to check that, or as a Google Sheet. But we'll go to File, and then you go to Download, and you can see there's all kinds of other options here. Download, and there's your first choice as a Microsoft Excel document. ODS, if you're using open document format, or LibreOffice, OpenOffice, they use that. You can send it as a web page, a comma separated value, a CSV file. So if you don't understand any of these, don't worry about it. This is really a kind of detail for Bob and some of the other Excel folks that wrote me this week. So I'm just going to say Microsoft Excel. I'm going to download it as that, and watch what happens. It downloads it right here where all your downloads go. I'm going to click it, and it will now open it in Excel. Let me make that so you can see it. So now it's still in Excel, still works in Excel just like it did. I can enable editing, so I can edit in Excel. And notice if I make a change for Excel, I have to go up here and click File, Save, or I could click the Save button, and that would save it with that edit. So a lot of other things in here you can do, but a lot of them are found in Google Docs. So I will close that down. We'll move on now to templates. Some people asked about that in Excel. So I can go back here, click the little back arrow, close up things, get everything like I want. And if I go into Excel where I am now, and I want to create something new, or just go to the Excel page, or excuse me, I keep saying Excel. I want to go in here to open up my Google Class documents or whatever. I can do that. I can star these so it'll put them at the top. A lot of people do not care to see in Excel these Start a New Spreadsheet, the template gallery. Now the template gallery is good. It works really well. It's got templates. Yeah, you might consider that. So I just click those little double arrows, and just to show you, They're right here. Also, you can click this and hide all templates, which is what I was going to show you. If you want to hide them, you just click it and they disappear. But if you want the templates open, you can go here, click it, and it gives you different templates for things. Project management, education, marketing, assignment trackers. And for you Excel folks, you can open any Excel template in Google. Just drag it into the sheets or into the drive. It'll open it for you. You can use it there and manipulate it just like you did in Excel. So that ought to be good. If I pop up a calendar here just to show you, 2020 calendar, I'm going to go ahead and open it by double clicking it the right way. And I can put in what I want, design it. I don't really use calendars for this, but you could if you wanted to. So you can create calendars and stuff like that. So that's what the templates may be. So it's pretty neat. It works pretty well, but Excel has calendars too that you can use for different financial manipulation and things like that. So keep that in mind. You do have those. And like I said, if you go back here and you go just to the Google main page or the Sheets main page, you can just say, hey, I don't want to see this template gallery. Hide all templates. And now they're gone. When you open it up next time, you won't have to worry about it. It gives you one little message. To show again, go to main page right here. You go to settings. I didn't read it in time. It went away. It doesn't last long. And just say display recent templates on home screen. And then hit OK. And they all come back. So cut them off here and then go to the menu, main menu area, settings, and cut them back on in here. Okay? Hope that helps. I mentioned that you could get templates from Excel for Google Sheets. Here's how you can get them if you want. You can just use them if you've got one in Excel. Just save it and open it up in here. Or there is a website you can go to that I'll list right here, right there. There it is listed. But anyway, you can read it up here too. If you go to templates.office.com/en-us, that's so you can see the English version. They've got many translations of these templates. And then templates-for-Excel or dashes, whatever you want to call them. And it'll take you here. And then you can say, oh, which ones do I want? Do I want templates for Word, PowerPoint, or Excel? I can use all these in Google Docs. And I'm on Excel right now. And then I can go in here and look and say, oh, what do they have? These are free. And they also have some they charge you for that are a little more intense, a little more helpful, of course. But right now, this is what you can get for free. So you can just check it out, do what you'd like. Hey, look, I saw a grocery list pass by. Hey, we use Google Keep for grocery lists. That's great. All right, so I just wanted to let you know about that. We're going to go to one of our things now in Google and look at that one of you wrote about and I'd forgotten about. I use them a lot, but I had forgotten about them. So we're going to take a look right now, and it's called Google Alerts. It's kind of hard to find because they're not really posted real well. We've got all these in here, but if you notice, there's no alerts. We can click on More from Google. It'll open up this screen for us. I think it used to be a little more intuitive or a little more helpful, but now there's not everything there. You can just explore stuff and go here, see all you want. It's got a lot of good stuff, but now they're kind of selling things. And by the way, I've got one of these over to my right. Maybe we'll talk about it one day, one of these Google Assistants, or what they used to call it, Google Home. But they work pretty neat. They do a lot of good things, but hey, it's not a world stopper yet. It's pretty neat. It's really good, but we'll talk about it maybe one time if you're interested. Let me know in an email. But it's called Google Alerts, and I'm going to use a trick here in the browser. Do Control F. Notice that little box that just opened up, and type in Alerts. Let's see if it even tells us about them. One on Alerts. Now, you all may see it, but I don't. Oh, there it is, Google Alerts. I can click this. I'll go to Google Alerts. Now notice too, it's google.com/alerts. But one little thing that Google does is kind of interesting. Sheets. You could go to google.com/sheets, and guess where it would take you? To your sheets. I'm going to click the back button and go back. You could do docs. You could do anything like that if you know the right word. But you could also get to the same location by doing alerts.google.com, which is the way I do it. It takes you to the same spot. So I don't have any alerts set up in here, but it wants to send me some. It suggests me on the web. Just use your account. So you could say, oh, anytime this email address is mentioned on the web, I'm going to get an alert. Just a search. It performs searches in the background, and it'll start today and start looking for those. So I could click this and see what the alerts are. There aren't any yet, may never be any. I could click here to edit it. So I could click edit. And it tells at most once a day is how often I get them. You can set them for weekly or as it happens. Since I'm probably never going to see anything from this, I'm going to say as it happens. Sources. Automatic means anywhere on the internet it finds it in Google. But you could say news only, blogs on the web in general, videos only, books only, discussions, finance. So you can choose there, but automatic is a good setting. Language. Region, you can say any region or just the United States. I'll leave it as any region, but I don't think anybody's going to be talking about me. How many? Only the best results or all results. Let's try that. There's still none in here. And then finally, deliver to, well, it's going to deliver it to me. And so I just update it, and my alert is now set. You're saying, well, how do I use that? They've got some other suggestions down here. I don't use any of these, I don't believe. I'm not really interested in a whole lot of this. Game of Thrones. Now, if it were me for entertainment like Game of Thrones, if you want a tip on how to build them, you could click it and look at it and show options, and they've got it most once a day, automatic, any region, Game of Thrones. Simple as that. So if it were me, I'm not going to use that one because I watched a couple episodes of Game of Thrones. I wasn't too excited. But create an alert about. I might do Star Trek. If I could spell, it would be really neat. Trek. Now, I know you all could care less about this. Picard. They're bringing the old guy back. He's even older than me, so that's sad. But they're going to do a TV show on Star Trek Picard. There's some information. World premiere draws huge crowds. I don't think it starts yet, so that's kind of interesting. But I can create the alert, and it pops it in here. But how did it set it up? I'll take a look at that alert by clicking on the edit. At most once a day, automatic from anywhere, any region, only the best results. I'm not going to do all of them, might be too many, and deliver it to me. So there it is. This is a special news alert. Yes, you can hear Ron's birds tweeting in the background. Please ignore them. Now we're back to our regularly scheduled programs. So now I will get emails anytime something pops up regarding Star Trek Picard, new TV show starting soon, and rundclive@gmail.com. You can set up alerts on anything. You can use some of the Google search functions. Oh, I should tell you about those one day for searching. So you can basically just set up for anything you want, and life will be good. It'll just email them to you as it gets them. So that would be an easy way to delete it. If I want to delete it, I'd just click this, and it would say, probably are you sure? Nope, just pulls it away. But I can undo it if I hit it quick enough. I'm going to leave those in here just to see how it works. And if we get any, I'll refer back to them in my mail sometime. You've got a settings button here. There's not a lot you can do. You can tell it what time you want it to deliver it to you every day if you want. If not, they just come out random. So I'll go ahead just to set it. I've never done this before, but I'll say at noon every day is when I want to be delivered. And then you can say a digest. Receive all the alerts in single email at most once a day. Or do you want to get them at most once a week? So I'll just leave it at once a day. We'll just play with this and see. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Google alerts can be set for anything. And if you want to see what they're showing you, you can click them. Just today, this is the news that has come up on Star Trek Picard. So I might get so many I'm going to have to cut them off. But just to show you. And it's anything that even mentions it. Here it is. Premiere Star Trek, Star Trek, Star Trek, everywhere. So you can also put quotes in there. Like this one says, well, it's still got Star Trek Picard in there. But I could put quotes around it if I wanted to. So just to make sure that I only get it like this. Now, if my spacing is off or anything, that may mess up. So if I like put an extra space after this colon in Star Trek, or somebody else put a double space, I may not see it. So anyway, here's what it looks like, and this is what it will be sending me for this day. I could jump around. There's the 17th, and it goes back to the 17th on that. I can click here, And you'll notice there are no results because nobody has mentioned me online or in the news or anywhere else. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I'll set up another one because I use a tandem insulin pump. So we can see if anything's come up there. And I just thought of that. I'm going to go ahead and create the alert. I'm going to check it because there are no results today, which is unusual. They're coming out with some new news soon that will affect a lot of folks. But so I'm just going to edit here and see what it says. At most once a day, once a week, or as it happens. I like as it happens. Anything, any region, because it's worldwide what's going on here, and only the best results, I'll say sure. Update the item like that. Simple as that. Okay? So there are your alerts. Today we've looked at a couple of things that'll help you. I really haven't kept track of my time. I don't know when I started, so this may be short and it may be long. I don't know. But please view it. Please shoot me an email if you've got any questions. If you have suggestions, please send those to me. And we'll just have a good time next time looking at what's next. We're probably going to get out of the documents for now and move into other interesting areas of Google. There's so many of them. They're a lot shorter. Some of the ones I've done so far have been longer lessons or longer sessions. So we might just do 2-3 quick ones from now on out, kind of like we did today. Thanks a lot. Have a great week, and I will see you here next Wednesday also, I certainly hope.